Happening again. The coronation you didn't attend, King of Denmark bestowed to Prince Christian his priceless crown. The moment the world had been waiting for finally arrived, and yet, most of us didn't even know it was happening. While headlines buzzed with political drama and celebrity scandals, something far more historic was unfolding behind palace walls in Copenhagen. The young heir to the Danish throne, Prince Christian of Denmark, stepped into a role centuries in the making, in a ceremony that was both breathtakingly traditional and quietly revolutionary. Yes, the King of Denmark has bestowed his priceless crown upon his son, marking the dawn of a new royal era that could redefine monarchy itself. A crown of legacy and responsibility. When we think of coronations, our minds drift to grand images, trumpets, carriages, and gilded thrones. But this one was different. This was a coronation not broadcast to the public, not held in the blazing spotlight of global media, but rather in the quiet grandeur of Frederiksberg Castle, where Danish kings have been crowned since the 17th century. Sources close to the royal household confirm that the king, Frederik X, who ascended the throne earlier this year, wanted this intimate ceremony to symbolize something more personal, the passing of trust, responsibility, and vision. The priceless crown, centuries old, isn't just gold and gems. It represents Denmark's history, its continuity, and the weight of the people's faith. As the crown was placed before Prince Christian, witnesses say the young royal's composure reflected not just dignity, but a newfound sense of purpose. He has grown from a boy of promise into a man of destiny, one royal historian remarked. Dizzy a generation in transition. At just 20 years old, Prince Christian embodies the face of modern royalty, a blend of ancient duty and digital age relatability. Raised under the watchful eye of both tradition and public scrutiny, he's been preparing for this moment all his life. Yet this coronation was more than symbolic, it marked his formal designation as crown prince and the official heir to the Danish throne. Unlike the grand coronations of old, where nations gathered to watch every golden detail, this ceremony was deliberately private, attended only by close family, select nobles, and a handful of foreign dignitaries. The king, known for his quiet strength and modern outlook, reportedly told his son, "This crown is not yours to wear, it is yours to protect." Those words, now circulating among royal watchers, reveal the heart of the occasion, a moment not about glory, but about guardianship. Ring royal eyes watching, the European connection. What makes this coronation even more fascinating is the ripple effect it sent across Europe's young royals. Eyes from Spain, Norway, Sweden, and even the United Kingdom turned toward Copenhagen as Prince Christian accepted his father's legacy. Particularly attentive, sources say, was Princess Leonor of Spain, another young royal walking her own path of preparation and duty. Like Christian, Leonor has recently taken oaths of loyalty and military service in Spain, and her composure during public engagements has drawn countless comparisons to her Danish counterpart. Royal watchers and European media outlets couldn't help but notice the unspoken connection between the two future monarchs. Both are young, poised, and stepping into leadership at a time when royalty must prove its relevance. Could there be more than just shared destiny between them? The world wonders. The ceremony you didn't see. The details that have emerged from inside the ceremony sound like something out of a modern fairy tale. As soft organ music filled the chapel, Prince Christian stood before the ancient Danish crown, a masterpiece of 17th-century craftsmanship encrusted with rubies, sapphires, and emeralds. The king's voice carried through the hall as he invoked the traditional words of the royal oath, echoing through marble and memory. Christian knelt, not as a child of privilege, but as a servant of his people. Queen Mary, radiant yet emotional, was seen wiping away a tear as her son rose to his feet. The crown princess, long admired for her grace and strength, reportedly whispered, "He was born for this." In that instant, history repeated itself, but with a distinctly modern twist. There were no crowns physically placed on heads, no golden robes sweeping across the floor. This coronation was symbolic of leadership, not power, of duty, not dominance. Why this moment matters. It might seem like just another royal milestone, another title, another photo op. But this quiet coronation reflects a turning point for monarchy itself. Across Europe, younger royals like Prince Christian and Princess Leonor are facing the challenge of redefining their roles in a rapidly changing world. Their parents reigned in eras where ceremony still commanded reverence. But their generation must blend transparency with tradition, authenticity with authority. Prince Christian's coronation was the perfect metaphor for that balance, deeply rooted in heritage, yet humble and heartfelt. No golden parade, no extravagant feast. Just a son, a father, and a promise. Revolving hearts, love, duty, and the future of the crown. Of course, where there's royalty, there's always a whisper of romance, and Prince Christian's growing friendship with Spain's Princess Leonor continues to fascinate royal enthusiasts. Both born into royal houses that prize discipline, both now bearing the immense weight of future crowns, the two young royals share something rare, an understanding of duty that few others their age can comprehend. If fate ever brings them together beyond friendship, it would be more than a love story, it would be a union of two of Europe's oldest monarchies, echoing centuries of royal alliances that shaped history. For now, though, both stand independently, symbols of hope, continuity, and the possibility that monarchy, when guided by compassion and character, can still inspire the world. A new chapter begins. As the candles flickered low in the chapel and the echoes of the royal oath faded into the marble halls, the future of Denmark looked brighter than ever. Prince Christian's coronation may not have been televised or trumpeted to the world, but perhaps that's what made it so powerful. It reminded us that not all history happens on camera. Some of it unfolds quietly, in sacred spaces, where past and future meet in a single moment of destiny. And for Denmark, and perhaps for all of Europe's young royals, that moment has come again. The crown may be centuries old, but in the hands of Prince Christian, it gleams with new light, new promise, and a new beginning. Sparkle's final thoughts. The world may not have been invited to attend this coronation, but make no mistake, we're all witnesses to history. In the hands of a young man who understands both the power and the burden of the crown, the Danish monarchy stands ready to face a new era. The crown has passed. The promise lives on. And somewhere, in a quiet castle in Denmark, the echoes of the ceremony still linger, a reminder that even in modern times, the magic of royalty endures. Would you like me to create a YouTube description, hashtags, and thumbnail text for this article optimized for royal juice? That would help make it more viral and clickable.